Chuck and scores!
Nice Shabbat curled and drives and scores!
And the Senators win it.
Five apart, another chance, Batherson scores! Drake Batherson, oh, and got it. Green, Green again, scores!
Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_, and on Instagram at SENS Talk. Now, before we get into tonight's game, a few things. Firstly, in the link in the description below, you can order your SENS Talk shotgun tool today. We've sold out 3 times. We made a 4th bunch for you guys, so if you want to help us out financially and buy a cool piece of SENS Talk merchandise, you can do so in the link in the description below. Thank you all for the support. As well, go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code SENSTalk, save $20 off your first purchase. If you could go to an event safely, take advantage of this deal now. Now, before we get into tonight's recap, one more thing. We speak to my grandfather today, and he told me the unfortunate news that a friend of his is unfortunately in the battle of his life in stage 4 cancer. In the link in the description below, I'm leaving GoFundMe page, so you can check it out, read the story, and if you'd like, you can donate some money. That would go a long way, and I'm sure my grandfather would appreciate it. I would appreciate it too. So please, if you would like to, if you have some money, money available to donate, please check out the GoFundMe page and consider donating now. Now, let's get into tonight's game recap between the Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens. This is a battle like no other. These teams hate each other equally. Now, before the game started, Tim Stützle was announced as the Rookie of the Month. And, this is great news. Rookie of the Month for February. And for Tim Stützle, this must feel great. This must feel amazing. It's good, no matter what it is, no matter how small the award is, it must feel great to be recognized universally throughout the National Hockey League. Tim Stützle, congratulations to him. This is the first time a Senator has won the Rookie of the Month award since 2006, which was Ray Emery, according to Gord Miller on TSN during the broadcast. So congratulations to Tim Stützle. Hopefully many more awards to come. Now, speaking of tonight's game, let's get to that. The starting netminders are as follows. For the Ottawa Senators, it's Joey Daccord making his season debut, and for the Montreal Canadiens, it is Carey Price, who has had one of the worst seasons as in the goaltending category anyways in the National Hockey League. So, he's looking to right the ship tonight against Ottawa. Now, the game number 25 lineup is as follows. The first line was Brady Tkachuk with Chris Turney and Connor Brown. The second line, Nick Paul, Colin White, Evgeny Dadonov. The third line, Tim Stützle, Josh Norris, and Drake Batherson, who's trying to score in 7 games in a row. Let's see if the Drake can do it. The fourth line, Michael Haley, Artem Anisimov, Austin Watson. Defensive pairings were as follows. Shabbat and Zaitsev, Riley and Zub, Brandstrom and Gudbranson. Starting in net was Joey Daccord, like I just said. Backing up was Philip Gustafson, because scratch was Matt Murray, who they're giving a full day's rest. Well-earned day's rest. He's essentially started every single game this season, minus a few. Give him a rest. So good on that, and we'll get to Joey Daccord in a second, but he's looked good. Matthew Pekka also scratched. Braden Coburn, Christian Melander, Josh Brown, and Ryan Dzingel round out the scratches. So let's get to the first period of play where Joey Daccord looked incredible. He made some big stops, multiple huge stops, good rebound control, and you can't ask for much more from a rookie netminder in Joey Daccord. He looks poised out there, he looks positionally sound, and looks confident. Now for the Senators, in the latter half of the first period, they didn't get many too offensive opportunities going, but early on in the first period, they got a 4-minute power play, which had great movement. Drake Batherson even hit the post, and the Senators, they were looking really good in the first portion of the first period, but after that power play, Daccord had to make some big stops, and the Canadiens took over the momentum. But let's get to the second period of play where, let's see if Ottawa can continue, playing well, and let's see if Joey Daccord continue playing well. Maybe the Senators can take the lead. Let's get to that right now. After the second period of play, the Ottawa Senators find themselves down by 1 to the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm telling you that because, as you know, during the second period portions of my SENS game recaps, I answer your questions. But before we get to those questions, I'm going to recap the goals real quick because there's a couple of interesting notes for the Canadiens' first and second goal, and of course the Senators' lone goal. Now, firstly, I forgot to mention earlier in this video that Derek Stepan's out for the year. He's getting a surgery for a torn shoulder. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. All the best to him. Hopefully he's ready to go for next season. But let's get into the second period where Erik Gudbranson ices the puck, forces the Senators back in their own zone when they're dead tired. And guess what? Brandstrom takes a penalty. Sanders go on the penalty kill. Guess who's back out there? Erik Gudbranson, DJ Smith's favorite defenseman, who's by far the worst defenseman on this team, by the way, number 44. Anyway, so Gudbranson Can't clear the front of the net, which is literally why he's on this team, to clear the front of the net, but he's not doing it like usual. Defensive liability, like usual. And nice pass to Gallagher, 1-0 Canadiens. Gudbranson, I'm not showing the goal because you know what? I don't even give a damn, because here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to show the goal because I need you to see this. Joey Daccord can't stop that goal, okay? So 1-0 Canadiens. But guess what? Erik Gudbranson, after the icing to keep the Sanders in their own zone, which forces them to take a penalty, he's put on the penalty kill after that penalty, and then he takes another penalty after the Canadiens go up 1-0. Because guess what? Like you just saw there, Gallagher was high-sticked after he scored that goal. The Canadiens go on a double minor power play immediately after the Sanders go on the penalty kill. They're back on the penalty kill. After allowing a goal, they're back on the penalty kill on a double minor, thanks to number 44, Erik Gudbranson. And I guess what? The Canadiens score 2-0. Corey Perry with a snipe. No chance for Joey Daccord. And guess what? DJ Smith always talks about accountability, you know, Erik Brandstrom, Christian Milan, and we're going to scratch them, you know, for accountability so they learn from their mistakes. Meanwhile, Erik Gudbranson's put out there immediately after back-to-back horrendous mistakes that almost cost the Sanders this game. So DJ Smith, if you're watching this, bud, where's the accountability? Next game, if Erik Gudbranson's in the lineup, I hope one of the media members asks him the question about why is Brandstrom being scratched but Gudbranson isn't. I just genuinely want to hear what type of answer he would have, because I have no explanation for it, and I don't think he will either. This Gudbranson experiment is over, and it needs to end now. Now, thankfully, Artyom Zub, who wasn't getting enough minutes, frankly, in that second period, was like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to make my own time. I'm going to give DJ Smith the reason to play me more. He takes a pass from Riley and snipes it for his second career National Hockey League goal. Ottawa finds himself down by 1 after the second period of play on Zub's second goal in the National Hockey League. Now let's get to the questions by you, the fans. The first question comes in from SENS Updater. Who should Ottawa sign in free agency? Well, good question. I think a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins would be perfect for the Ottawa Senators. A top-line center, on this team anyways, he'd be a top-line center. He's about to hit his prime. He has great speed, great skill, former top pick, has played well in Edmonton, even though McDavid and Draisaitl, obviously for good reason, have the spotlight. RNH, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, I think would be a perfect, addition in free agency for Ottawa. They're looking for a center. You could put North to the second line there. You could put White on the wing. I don't know, but I think Ottawa's center depth isn't the best, and I think a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins would be great. Now, of course, in the future, the center depth looks great. You got Pinto, you got Logan Brown, you got Colin White. You could go through the whole list, even Tim Stützle potentially. But for the next couple of years, the depth isn't going to be great because Pinto will hopefully be allowed to marinate in Belleville. Logan Brown, who knows, right? So, and Tim Stützle is still a wild card. So, yeah, you know what? For the next, if it was like a 3-year deal, I'd be very happy with that because worst case scenario, Shane Pinto, this is worst case, gets called up and he is incredible, then you put RNH, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, on the wing. He's a versatile type of player, so that's who I would sign if I'm Ottawa. Next question comes in from Sens fan. In your opinion, could Ottawa Senators put a decent run to make the playoffs this year? Yes, 100%, but they need to win tonight's game. If they don't win tonight's game, they'll be 8 points out of a playoff spot with 4 games, with the Canadiens having 4 games in hand. If they do win tonight, they're 4 points out of the playoff spot, the final spot held by the Canadiens, with the Canadiens still holding 4 games in hand. It's still unlikely, but if they win tonight, they're still alive, and they can really make a push. So if they win, yes. If they lose, no. Final question comes in from Philippe. Big time Sens Talk fan, thank you all for the support. After Hockey's back from injury, who do you think will stay to back up Matt Murray? Well, Matt Murray, that's a good question. Marcus Hogberg, before the injury, looked good. Okay, he looked good. I'm not gonna lie. The last couple games, he stood his ground, made some big stops, and looked much more comfortable in the net. So, you know, right now, I would say they're probably inclined to go back to Marcus Hogberg and let Joey Daccord develop further in Belleville. But I think Joey Daccord's ready. Like, you know, he's only played 2 games in the National Hockey League. He's looked good tonight. I'm not basing this off one game. I would love to see Joey Daccord steal the backup position right now. This is his opportunity. Marcus Hogberg isn't coming back for at least another week. Joey Daccord probably can get another couple of starts. And hey, listen, if you can get a guy like Joey Daccord to split the starts with Murray moving forward and give effective starts, and let Murray have some more rest, that's a win-win-win for everybody involved, including Sens Twitter, who loves Joey Daccord. And by the way, who is a friend of the show. So I'm obviously rooting for Joey Daccord, but I would expect Marcus Hogberg to take the backup position back, and Joey Daccord getting some more AHL minutes in Belleville. Besides that, let's get to the third period of play where Ottawa's down by 1 and they're trying to tie it. Let's go to there right now. So the game is over. The Montreal Canadiens take down the Ottawa Senators 3-1 in a game where Ottawa, frankly, played well. On a back-to-back situation, they played well. They did play well. You know, they had some opportunities. That third period was pretty flat, but on a back-to-back situation, defensively anyways, they played well. And Joey Daccord as well looked very good. You know, he made some big stops. He looked very comfortable. Great, poise, composure. The rebound control was excellent. He didn't really give up any big chances. And both goals he had no chance on. So kudos to you, Joey Daccord. You had a fantastic start. And hopefully, like I said in my last video, I knew he would be able to, be ready for the occasion. Like playing Montreal is a big, big thing. So good on him for stepping up to the plate. And hopefully he gets an opportunity soon. Erik Gudbranson, and I already spoke about him in the second period, but, DJ Smith talks about accountability. He talks about accountability and how his players need to be held accountable for all mistakes they make, right? Well, he scratches Erik Gudbranson after one mistake thanks to, it wasn't even a mistake on his part. He's a rookie, and rookies are going to make mistakes. That's how you learn, by the way. That's how you learn. You make mistakes and you learn from them. But if you bench a guy, you bench a guy. Okay, you want to hold your players accountable? Fine. Hold your veterans accountable then, DJ Smith. What are we doing here? Why is Michael Haley on the fourth line? And on a back-to-back situation, he didn't even play 1 minute in the third period. So that forced a guy like Brady Tkachuk to double shift. And he played back-to-back games. So obviously he's gassed and has no energy for the last minute and a half of the game. Well, frankly, the third period was flat. No teams got any really real opportunities. But my point is, you scratch Erik Gudbranson, you scratch Erik Brannstrom, you scratch Christian Wolanin, and yet Gudbranson, game in and game out, makes big mistakes, and yet he still gets top 4 minutes in this team, and he's the sole reason why the Senators lost this game. If it wasn't for Erik Gudbranson's stupid icing, if it wasn't for Erik Gudbranson's terrible net front coverage, that he wasn't able to clear the front of the net, and then if it wasn't for Erik Gudbranson's, which led to the goal, and if it wasn't for Erik Gudbranson's stupid high stick penalty after Gallagher's goal, we're talking about a tie game right now, or even a 1-0 game for Ottawa right now, okay? Joey Daccord was fantastic other than those two mistakes, thanks to number 44. Disgrace that he's even wearing that number. That number should be Pajot's and Pajot's only. But that's a whole other debate. The point is, Gudbranson sucks, okay? God bless him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But he sucks. He's not a top 6 defenseman on this team. Even on this team, he's not a top 6 defenseman, okay? End of story. So if DJ Smith talks about accountability and this and that about accountability, you got to keep your players accountable. You got to hold your players accountable. Hold Erik Gudbranson accountable. If he's in the lineup on Thursday night against the Calgary Flames, then we all know that the veterans, they're protected. They're never going to be scratched. But a rookie who actually has a future with this team, we can sit him. We can bench him. Screw him. Let's ruin his confidence. But Erik Gudbranson, no, he's integral to this team. He needs to play top 4 minutes. It's baffling. It is utterly baffling. And it's been going on throughout the season. And during the wins, I haven't spoken about it as much because, hey, we're winning. Good things are happening. I'm not going to focus on the negatives during a win. But during the losses, damn right I'm going to focus on the negatives. Because guess what? Without Gudbranson in this game, Senators have a much better chance of winning this game. So next game, Gudbranson better not even be this close to the ice. I don't want to see him anywhere near the ice. Now, the Sense Talk Star of the Night voted by you, the fans, is as follows. Let's get to the Sense Talk Star of the Night voted by you, the fans. So, in 4th place with 0% of the vote, Brady Tkachuk. I thought he had a good game, especially on a back-to-back. Created some chances, especially when he wasn't given much to work with. So, 4th star. Tied for 2nd star, pardon me. With 6% of the vote is Drake Batherson and Artyom Zub. Batherson hit the post, could have made it 1-0 early on. Artyom Zub with the lone goal for Ottawa tonight. They're your 2nd stars. And the 1st star with 88% of the vote and your Sense Talk Star of the Night in his 2nd career National Hockey League start. It is Joey Daccord, who looked incredible tonight. Friend of the show. Congratulations to the friend of the show, Joey Daccord. Hopefully you get many more starts to come, especially this season. But yeah, hell of a game for Joey Daccord. He really looked good out there, looked composed, looked great, and hopefully we see him sooner rather than later. Now, the next Sens game is this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Tkachuk Bowl 4.0, as the Sens take on the Calgary Flames at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which of course means I will not upload the video immediately after, so you'll stay tuned on Friday during the afternoon. I'll upload the video then. But besides that, thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ and on Instagram at SensTalk. Like this video, share this video, share cool stuff, and of course, click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. videos. And most importantly, turn the notification bell on so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Besides that, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Go Sens go.